What is going on, guys? It is Tony K with Urban Girl Scout Media, living the dream as always, coming to you today on October the 20th. And I am discussing the huge secret layer information that is out there for everybody to see, and want to talk about it now that I'm sure a lot of people have had a chance to see what's going on, see the hype. Now, for the YouTube audience, they may not see this, they'll hear it. For the TikTok audience that's watching live, that is root beer that I'm about to open. So, just a delicious root beer, no alcohol. Oh, gosh, A&W is good. Alright, A&W, if you ever listen to this, I could use a sponsorship. Let's get into it, though. So, we have a huge October super drop to talk about, and I will be honest with you guys from the start on a handful of things. First is I'm not going to go into the price difference between what these cards here are if you were to just buy the singles on the market right now here today. You can watch a great video by Jake and Joel Are Magic to get that information. I'm not going to go into too much of the kind of impact of the financial side of this. You can go to Rudy with Alpha Investments to get some of that information. So he's a really great resource. And really today, my focus is going to be just giving you guys my perspective on this from a casual player's perspective. Perspective, said it twice. So for those of you who are joining us, and I apologize to the YouTube audience, I'll say it a few times. For those of you who are joining us on TikTok, though, this is being recorded for YouTube for a later port, so I might miss some of your questions. And we're just talking about the secret layer, the new secret layer that's coming out. Let's start with just opening up some of these and getting them out there and seeing what we got going on. Some really cool ones, and like I said, you will see the, or you will hear rather, Red Hot Chili Peppers in the background. Alright, so let's jump right into these. I have them all open. And let's start with Meridian Sanity. Here is... I don't know why it's not opening the picture. Uh-oh. Oh, we'll give it a second. So this is the 5 original artifact lands from Meridian. The art on them is pretty cool. If we are allowed to see it at all, I'm not sure why I won't. There we go. Oh, different on my site now. Before it was you just clicked on it. That's not embarrassing. So here we go. You can kind of tell which one is which based on the art. And I really like the art on these. I really think these are amazing. I don't know if these are ones that I would necessarily suggest getting. Unless you really, really love these art setups that they have on these cards. Sometimes it's just, not worth it. At $30 for this one non-foil, as much as I love these, if I were to purchase one, it would likely just be a foil. And I would likely purchase this to frame it and put it up in my studio. I don't think I would really use this for playing the game. That's just me, though. So there's that. Our next one up, Monster Anatomy 101. 5 cards again. And remember, some of these are actually going to come with an additional, well, they should all be coming with an additional secret card for that theme. That's what I've been told. But we have, this one is Monster Anatomy 101. And you see that it has, just to list off the cards, we have Fleet Swallower, Goblin Trash Maker, or Master, excuse me. The Rage Boar, Protein Hulk, and Sun's Avatar. Some cards are really, really dope. Let's go right into the art on these. There's Fleet Swallower. And you see, kind of interesting here. Interesting take on this idea of a Magic card. With the Trash Master here. Kind of really interesting setup. I think Magic the Gathering, trying these new things out like this, I'm okay with it. I really am. This is look at the detail. I love the egg pump. And then we've got, this is really cool. If I'm not mistaken, based on what I was hearing in some of the other videos, this is one of the more valuable ones actually for reprints. And again, at that $30, you see there's the cards you get, the 5 of them. So not bad value. And if I'm not mistaken, Sun's Avatar, $15 to $20 range, something in that effect. Protein Hulk is close to $10, I think. So not bad overall. On to our next one, Thrilling Tales of the Undead. This is just 3 cards and very much the kind of scary movie theme. I love that Magic is getting back to focusing on the art, and this is a great way to give us just such an original feel for these cards. Gravecrawler is obviously the one in this set that we are the most excited about. And then Rise of the Dark Realms is another great card. This one's $30 for the 3 cards, but again, value-wise it's great, and art-wise I think that's really cool. Let's go to our next one. Read the Fine Print. So this one seems to have the demon theme, kind of, thing about your horror movies where it's read the fine print. And I'll look at the cards here in a minute. I know that one's Grizzlebrand. I don't remember the other names. That's some pretty cool art. So our cards are Demon Lord, Bells, and Lock. I like saying that. Grizzlebrand, Kothafed, Soul Hoarder, Liliana's Contract, and Rosakith the Foul-Blooded. I believe that Grizzlebrand and Old Foul-Blooded down here are the 2 that really have the most value in this set. And you can see just how the cards look. I mean, I really like this. I really do. I like the fact that they are doing this. This is very, very exciting. I love the color scheme that they've brought across all 5 of these cards. This is one that I'm actually sort of interested in. But what's funny is that I'm actually interested in these more so for the opening and framing or keeping sealed and stored. I think these will be awesome investments. And I also think that these will be really fun to kind of put some in special card frames and put them up on your wall. So this is, I think if you're one of those people like me who loves to have things hanging up, you love to have kind of a unique feel to your room, stuff like that, these secret layers do offer you an opportunity to get a little clever. So don't overlook it. Don't overlook it. Alright, well, we're halfway done. Let's get to our next one. Showcase from Midnight Hunt. We'll do the cards first this time. And you see we've got some really good lands to start us out. Vault of the Archangel, Moorland Haunt, Desolate Lighthouse, Stesnia Bloodhall, Grim Backwoods, Keswick Wolf Run, Slayer Stronghold, Gavany Township, Nephalia's Drownyard, and Alchemist Refuge. Let's take a closer look at these cards individually on their art, and let's just go ahead and tell you right now that this is the one that I will likely be adding to my collection as well. I love the art. All these cards are cards that I've played or do play. Really good collection of EDH cards here. I mean, really good collection. I know these are all the lands from that set, or from that block, I get it. But I really like the collection here. Really do. And I don't know which one would actually be my favorite land. I really like the Vault of the Archangel. Lighthouse is pretty decent. And I really like Wolf Run. And again, I mean, we're doing the non-foil. They all seem to be at the 30 range. Let's keep rolling. Monster Movie Marathon. So we got some cards here that we'll recognize pretty easily. So we can just start with those. Dismember. Check that out. Supposed to be kind of like a movie poster. Blasphemous Act. That's really cool. I love how this has kind of a religious, maybe cult theme to it. Beast Within. Very cool. And finally, Grafdigger's Cage. Very, very cool on the art for these. You get 4 cards. Again, $30. And then just looking at how the full card looks, there's a image of them. If nothing else, we have to give Wizards of the Coast a lot of credit. Look at how, I mean, let's go back to Dismember, for example. 1 black, an instant. And it's, I know it's the Phyrexian Life, but you guys know what I meant there. And it has all the words. It looks completely different than what a Magic card normally looks like. I think that is what Secret Lair is supposed to be. Is a place for them to do something completely different with cards that they want to reprint. And if you're telling me that they're calling up some artists saying, this is the card, this is the kind of theme we want to be within, go to town, and we're getting this, I'm fine with that. So we got 2 left. We'll save the Secret Lairs for the end. Oh, I guess this is the end. I didn't realize I opened an extra one. So last one. I know there's a doodle one that's coming out, but I didn't really care to talk about it today. I want to talk about these. So by now, this is really where the rest of the episode here is going to be. By now, if you have not seen these cards, I apologize if I'm the one that's spoiling it for you if you're trying to wait. What I'll tell you is that there's a lot of conversation going on online. This is the only one of this super drop that is at 40 for the non-foil. This is the one that has the most attention to it, in my opinion. And something to really make sure you're aware of is that Wizards of the Coast has announced that they already have a plan to print the normal Magic version of these cards coming already. So, with that being said, we're going to go through this, and then I'll give you guys my opinion on this one here afterwards. So we have the Clue, which will come up to the art on that so you can see. Remember, that's, again, if you have not seen the show, a lot of this is not going to make sense. But look how cool that is. Mind Flayer the Shadow. I'm not going to read all these cards. You guys can go and check it out on your own. We have Chief Jim Hoppa in the Boros colors. Dustin is Azurius. And these are all legendary, so they are Commander legal. Some really cool abilities. The one thing we will note is that I believe, before we get into all of them, I believe all the quote-unquote good guys, or, the humans, they have Friends Forever, which is just another version of Partner. Lucas in the Izzet colors. Max the Daredevil. Mike the Dungeon Master. I will say 11 the Mage. This might be my favorite card in the set, but I'm not sure. Will the Wise. And then Will the Wise. And that's another really powerful one. And you see we got Gruul, Selesnya, Grixis, and I almost said Oppen. Orzhov, sorry. So they didn't give us every color scheme, but they gave us a lot of them. You get 9 cards total. And I'll tell you guys, I thought this was a good figure out how to put this. This was a great show to select. This was a great selection of cards that they used and made. These are really good. I mean, a lot of these are playable. Actually, I think all of them are playable for the most part. And I like this. I really do. I think that they really hit the nail on the head with these. The art, just looking straight at the art, very on point, very themed. It gives you a, like, it's almost like a acrylic painting, or I can't figure out the medium of painting, but like watercolor. No, it's not that loose. But just, the art on these is great. The detail to what you can see in the surrounding environment and landscape really hits to what the character was. Look at that, all the way down to those details right there. She played at the Palace Arcade, skateboarded. The clothes are really straightforward. Like, my wife and I absolutely love this. They have the Dungeons and Dragons reference down there. So that's why he's a Dungeon Master, because that's what they played. My wife and I really got into the show. 11, bloody nose. Just look, I mean, look at this. The detail on these is great. So that really wraps it up. You can get all of them as a Bootacular bundle, or the Ferocious bundle. The Bootacular includes stuff that is not done in foil. They have, I mean, they just have a ton of stuff. Includes foil and non. I mean, it's just a ton of stuff. So it is cool. I'm not going to knock them for that. $450 is a little absurd, but it is what it is. Overall, ranking these, I would say that my favorite is going to be the Secret Lair one. So let's bring that to the front, just so we can keep track of where we're at. Put out the very front there. Secret Lair, Stranger Things, I think is going to be my favorite starting out. I think this Mirrodin one will probably go last. So you guys are real timing it here with me. I really do like these. I think that's going to be number 2. We'll come back to that. Monsters Anatomy, Thrilling Tales, Read the Fine Print. I think Read the Fine Print I like a little bit more than Thrilling Tales. And then Monsters Anatomy or Read the Fine Print. I kind of like Monsters Anatomy, the more colorful art. So yeah, I think this ranks them. Here we go. So let's go right on down the line of the ones we're ranking here. And like I said, for the YouTube audience, thank you guys so much for getting this far into the video. Going on a healthy 20 minutes here. So we've got the, in order, ranking the Secret Lair October Super Drops. My favorite, Stranger Things. I did love the show, but I think the cards are pretty decent. Number 2, Monster Movie. I think that these 4 cards with the art, the way that they did it, it doesn't look anything like a traditional Magic card. I love it. Absolutely love it. Number 3, Monsters Anatomy. I think Monsters Anatomy is absolutely just, it feels like such a callback to things you saw as a kid when you were like doing science books and things like that. I love what they did here. I wouldn't care so much about this if they didn't have these little pop-outs here. Read the Fine Print. Love this set here. Downside for me is that I only really play 2 or 3 of these cards. Thrilling Tales of the Undead. So, fewest cards, but definitely has the one in Gravecrawler that needed a reprint the most. You know, the difference between 3rd, 4th, and 5th here is pretty thin here. Up next we have Midnight Hunt. the lands themselves are all really cool, and I play almost all of these in some way, shape, or form, but I just don't see... I don't see myself getting that. And then last but not least, artifact lands. Meh. Just meh. So, there you go. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I agree. Comment off of, what up, what up? Comment off of, the talk. I do like the Lily set. Thrilling Tales. I don't know which one would be... I think that's probably my favorite art on it. But thank you guys so much to the YouTube crowd and to the TikTok crowd, everyone that listens, whatever. It is appreciated, and we will see you guys next time.